Hi you guys, welcome or welcome back to the channel. We have our chai tea and we are episode 7 girlies. Episode 7 babes. I'm so hyped, I'm so excited. We're going to get right into tea. In this video we're talking about fashion tips I wish I knew earlier in my fashion journey, and I wanted to share that with you for the girlies who are currently on their fashion journeys. Okay, it's a little loud, but I really wanted to be outside. I really wanted to change scenery for this video just because, like, you know, I just really wanted to do that for us. Okay, so you do not need in every color, babes. You do not need to get a white, blue, pink, purple, orange t-shirt from the same brand, because babes, at the end of the day, it's still the same t-shirt, it's still the same pair of pants. What I would say is, rather than getting it in the same color, I would say get the same piece in different silhouettes. Okay, so you could get like corduroy baggy pants, you could get like satin baggy pants, linen baggy pants, you could have regular denim baggy pants, but they all speak differently to your fits, you know. And that has helped me so much in being more stylish, because it's like you're wearing the same piece, you're wearing the same outfit, but like it's telling different stories. And that is always what you want to do with your style. Just because you saw on someone else doesn't mean it's going to look good on you. Girl, honestly, I get it. I was in that delusion for such a long time. Like, I would see on the Fashion Nova models, I would see on like the Shein models, or I would see it on like the runway models, and I'd be like, oh my gosh, that looks so cute, like I need that. But then I wouldn't like take into account the fact that like our bodies don't look the same. You know. So like what I started doing to like kind of stop myself from doing that, and also like impulsive buying, was I would look up that fit and I would see how it looks on different body types. I would see how it looks on my specific body type, how it looks on other body types. I would like read reviews. I would not necessarily just like reviews written, like I would go and look for videos that reviewed that specific outfit, like if I really wanted it that bad. And by the time you finish doing all that and you realize like it's really not worth it. But that was me personally. But like, not everything you see on certain people is going to look good on you, and that's honestly a difficult truth, but you gotta face what you gotta face at the end of the day. Next is less is more. It just depends on how you accessorize, and this was such a big one for me because I would like wear the biggest brand in clothing, or I would wear like just like I would layer so much, or I would wear like just some out-of-pocket clothing just because I wanted to like feel in, or I really wanted to like, I thought I was doing something. That's the crazy part. I really thought I was doing something, and I feel like now that as I'm growing older, it's more so like I don't need to do too much to kind of like show that I'm like that girl type shit, you know. Like, if you know, you know. Like, that's kind of where I'm at. Like, I would rather accessorize the frick out of a simple outfit than wear like an overly overdone outfit, like just personally, you know. You don't need to break your back to be stylish, babes. Like, you don't need to buy the most expensive things, because one secret I found out is that my favorite creators, like the people I look up to in fashion, when I go and see the clothing they be wearing, I be seeing some price tags that honestly could pay my school fees back in the day. But then you realize that they're actually not paying for the shit. They are gifted it and they have to return it. So really, they're not paying for clothing. And then I'm out here breaking a back just to try and look like these people, or dress like them, or try to find my aesthetic within them, you know. And that's why I came to realize, like, don't copy anyone. Like, when it comes to style, don't copy anyone, baby. Find your own personal style, because you are going to kill yourself trying to copy other people in their fashion sense. Because like 100% you're going to like, is absolutely insane. Thrifting is a flex, babe. Like, I used to feel so embarrassed thrifting, but like you find so many like hidden gems, or like so many fashion gems when you're thrifting, that like it will be like, bro, like people will be wondering, like when you wear an outfit, you'd be like, oh my gosh, like where'd you get that from, where'd you get this from, and be like, thrifting, I thrifted it. You can't have it, babes, you cannot have it. But like, personally for me, you just have to like be very patient when it comes to thrifting. You have to be very like intentional with your thrift. You have to take the time out. Everything takes time. Everything is a process. Nothing comes easy. And that is the same thing with like your fashion style and like your fashion sense. Like, that doesn't come easy. It shouldn't come easy. It's a process. It's a journey. Baby, nobody is coming to come and meet you to ask you, oh, where did you get that from? Oh, is that fake? Is that real? Like, please, anyone who is coming out to come and meet you and ask you, oh, is that fake? Is that real? Baby, you need to go focus on other things in your life, okay? Because as long as I got that shit on and I put that shit on, that is all that shit matters at the end of the day. And I heavily stand by that. Is that fake Adidas? Bitch, maybe, okay? But do I look cute in it? Yes. Like, why is you looking so hard? Like, that's what I come to realize when it comes to fashion, because anyone who is looking too hard at your fit, calm down. Not too much. Not too much. Okay? Not too much. Fashion is never that serious, babes. Like, fashion should be fun. Fashion should be interesting. Like, there should be some happiness to fashion. Like, when you're dressing up, like, you should find some joy in your outfits. Do not wear anything that you don't feel comfortable in. At the end of the day, like, you want to feel like yourself in what you wear, okay? And, you know, I feel like I always say this, but now that I look back on, like, my younger years, I'd be like, oh, I'm comfortable in this. But honestly, the truth is, like, I used to wear pieces based off of peer pressure. Like, I would wear certain pieces because my friends were wearing it, or I wanted my friends to think I was cool when I wore those. But you know what's funny? Like, now that I think about it, I never had friends who judged me based off how I dressed. But then I have known people who had friends who were judged based off how they dressed. Like, they'd look at you weird or look at you different because you were dressed a certain way or you had a unique style. And, you know, like, your unique style was necessarily not for the male gaze. Like, it was more so for yourself. And my advice to, if you are in that situation, is dump those friends. Because any friend who isn't willing to be on your journey with you and just, like, encourage you regardless of what you wear. Now, if you're looking crazy, I am not going to tell you that you should dump those friends. If they tell you you look a little crazy, then you probably should do something about that. But if that's who you are, you know, if that's your personality, then there's really not much you could do about that, you know? But what I would say is also, don't let peer pressure affect how you dress and make you feel uncomfortable in what you wear. And this is such a heavy thing to say because it takes so much growth and it takes so much confidence in yourself for you to, like, ignore, you know, the peer pressure and just, like, be who you are in your fits. And I know, like, when we're young, we're all, like, worried about what the boys think about us. And, like, you know, like, I was one of those girls. Like, I would wear skinny jeans knowing damn well I ain't got no ass and hoping that a guy would come and talk to me because I had, like, skinny jeans on. Or wear, like, a super, super crop top or, like, my cleavage would be out just so that, like, someone would come talk to me and acknowledge the fact that, like, I put so much work into having my skin out. But now we're grown and I'm at a point where I don't necessarily need to do all that. Like, I want to be noticed more for my brains rather than my body, and if you are not on that, then I don't know what to tell you, babes, type shit. That leads me to my next one, and this one is a bit controversial because, like, some girlies might be like, oh, I don't really care, I'm comfortable, I'm confident, da da da. If that's who you are, like, then go crazy. Covering up or showing less skin doesn't make you a prude. It doesn't make you not you, you know? I think there was a time in my life where I would just show off skin just to, like, feel more confident in myself, or I would show off more skin just to be noticed. And it's funny because the attention I was getting wasn't necessarily the attention I wanted for myself. Like, yes, like, I like the attention, but, like, all attention is not good attention. Let me give you an example. So when I started working out, right, I would wear the skimpiest of clothes because, like, my ass was coming out, my body was bodying, like, everything was looking good, like, everything was sitting right. And I just really wanted to show that off. But now, was I showing that off for myself? I want to believe I was showing it off for myself. But, like, when you actually, like, sit down and think about it, I don't think I was. Like, I was more so doing it for people to, like, oh my gosh, your body's so good. Like, you look so good. I mean, that was, like nice. Like, of course I love the compliment. But, like, there was so much more to that. Like, now I'm at the point where it's, like, my body's good. Like, I know my body's good. And I look fine as frick. You know, but I don't need to show it to the whole wide world. Like, I want people to, like, come up to me and, like, come talk to me because they want to hear what I have to offer up in here and not what I have over here, you know. Dress to impress and also dress how you want to be addressed, basically. And that is such, like, that was such a huge style tip for me, and just, like, in the way I styled myself for different events, or, like, how I, like, put myself together every single time I walked out the door. And I know people be like, I don't really care, like, I don't care who's looking at me, da da da. If you do not, like, take care of yourself, people address you a certain way. If you do take care of yourself and, you know, put yourself in high regard, people look at you and speak to you in a certain way. I hope you guys understand what I'm saying. Like, I really do hope this is, like, coming off the right way. you don't always have to play it safe when it comes to fashion, experiment. I feel like the main purpose of fashion is being able to express yourself and just like have fun with your fits and just play around with your fits. So you should not be playing nothing safe. Okay, worst people are gonna say is she looks crazy, and then you know never to wear it again. Okay, or then you know that maybe this is not like, this is not you, this is not something that works for you, but at least you tried it, you know? Like, you didn't just be like, oh, it looks crazy because you saw it on someone else and it can never look good on you. Like, never. And like, that statement should be out of your vocabulary. It can never look good on me. Oh my gosh, that's crazy on me. Da, da, da. Experiment with it and then be like, oh, I tried it, I look crazy, so I'm not going back to it again. My next one is, if you don't see yourself wearing it more than twice, please put that shit right back where you found it. And here's why I say this. Okay, so you don't want to have too many unique pieces that you can't necessarily style from day to day. So my biggest style tip is have a bunch of staple pieces. At every single point in time, have a bunch of staple pieces, okay? That's like a very top tier thing. And when I'm talking about this, I would say think of 5 events. Like, before you buy an outfit, before you buy a piece that you really, really like, think of 5 places you can wear that thing to where you don't look crazy. Biggest advice. That has helped me so much and has stopped me from buying so many crazy pieces. Next tip might be a bit controversial, but invest in unique pieces. Because here's the thing about staple pieces, when you have too many of it, you end up looking boring. Like, your style eventually gets boring. You get bored of wearing the same things. Do invest in those pieces that just genuinely make you happy when you see them. Now, yes, buy pieces that make you happy, but now also be very, very conscious of it. Your staple pieces to unique pieces ratio should not be like 2 to 1, or like should not be like 1 to 2. So like, you should have more staple than you have unique, but also have unique. So like, don't just like carry out your wardrobe and be like, no, I'm not going to have any unique pieces, because that makes things boring and you eventually get bored of your style. But have like a good ratio of like staples to unique pieces, okay? And yeah, that's really all I have for you guys. I really enjoyed this chit chat. I hope you did too, and I will see you guys in the next one.